Good day, everybody. It is currently the 15th of June, 2014. Meteorologist Robert Spetty here with you today. And today's big topic, we are still talking about Tropical Storm Hagibis. And this storm system really ramped up in energy over the course of the past 24 to 36 hours. It started to spin there just towards the southwest of Taiwan, also towards the northwest of Luzon, continuing to enhance the southwest monsoon for those of you into northern Luzon, but more so as this now is starting to pack some pretty gusty winds near the coastline of southern China, basically stretching from southeastern portions of Guangdong in there around Hong Kong, extending out through Chuzhou. And this is actually the current radar imagery where you can see where that center of circulation is as it does push on shore. Now, this is Guangdong right in here, Fujian off there towards the northeast. Fujian is also going to be seeing some pretty heavy rainfall out of this, so you do want to be prepared for flooding. But where do I think the worst of this storm is going to be? We actually put out a little warning map here at westernpacificweather.com, nothing official. But this is just our thoughts, extending from Hong Kong all the way out there towards Guangzhou, basically Chuzhou being the worst hit area as the storm comes ashore. And there's some pretty good consideration of where this is going to be coming ashore at this time. Remember, though, it is one of these weaker systems, so the center of circulation, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we take a look at the water vapor imagery. Look how widespread this moisture is. A lot of heavy showers could be possible back here towards Hong Kong, where signal force 1 has been lifted there for you. Also taking a look at some showers there in the parts of Taiwan. So centers here, a little bit drier inflow, lots of vertical wind shear though, so it's disrupting it, and it's putting that cloud cover over a wide swath, a wide area here. So a lot of people are going to be seeing some rain showers. So let's take a look at the official warnings now before I get into any more details on this storm system. First, taking a look at the Central Weather Bureau out of Taiwan. Winds right now, according to them, about 20 meters per second. Pressure at 992 HPA. So just barely a tropical storm. We're looking at about 65 kilometer per hour winds. Same thing goes for the Hong Kong Observatory. There's your track. Basically in line with the same type of storm. Looking at winds right now at about 75 kilometers per hour. So a little bit stronger than what JMA is saying. Currently, typhoon warnings are in effect via the China Weather Bureau, or the China Meteorological Agency. And then we can take a look at the JMA. Now, this is the official warning, the RSMC for the Western Pacific. Winds right now at 35 up to 50 knots. You can see the pressure is a little bit higher than what CWB was showing, but it's not a big difference, so I'm not going to worry about it all too much there. And now here's a look at the official track from JTWC, the U.S. military, if there's any U.S. military assets in this area, which there is not. So we're just going to continue to go with these guys from JMA. So what are we going to look at right now? What's our forecast philosophy? Well, right now, though, it is going to continue to track off here towards the north. You have your rainy season front right in here. We also have a piece of the jet stream off here towards the north. You can see it with the cloud cover. This storm system's kind of tracking north along the western periphery of a high right in here, but once it gets a little bit farther north, it's going to get hooked up with that jet, and what we're going to be seeing is it skew off really fast off towards the north and eventually towards the northeast as we go through the coming week, bringing some showers to parts of Kyushu, believe it or not, as we look ahead by Wednesday. Let's zoom in on this picture, though. There's your storm system right now. Winds, according to JTWC, even a little bit stronger, 82 gusting up to 100 kilometers per hour. I wish I could put JMA on this, but JTWC is what the Meteo Earth application comes with here. Taking a look at the storm system, though, going off there towards the north. Like I said, Chuzhou, you're really in the right front quadrant. Or Chuzhou, right there. Some of these inlets and bays, you could see some minor storm surge flooding as this storm system wraps around. Hong Kong, that's not going to be the case. Actually, Hong Kong, really, when the storm system passes, I expect some isolated showers, but more or less, it's just going to be kind of a misty day throughout the day. You are going to be seeing some breezy conditions, but that's typical for western periphery of a weak tropical system. The worst of the weather is going to be off here towards the east along the border of Guangdong and Fujian. You just have those winds wrapping around, and this is also where you're going to be seeing some of the heaviest rainfall right in there. Pull back the picture a little bit, though. Also, we can see that Taiwan, you're going to be seeing some gusty winds right near the immediate coastline as well. Also, waves are going to be pretty high out here. Take a look at what the WW3 model is saying for significant wave height, and you have upwards about 12 to 15 foot high waves near the southern coast of China and also over towards southwestern Taiwan. So not a very pleasant day for any boaters out here. I know it's a weak storm system, but once you start entering the water, the weak becomes a much more relative term in terms of your activities. Heavy showers, though, really going to be expected, and heaviest, like I said before, they're in southeastern China, but also the mountains of Taiwan, because the big thing to keep in mind is the mountains out here. They act like a sponge, kind of, or basically your hand wringing out a sponge. So anytime we get clouds pushing in on shore, they hit these mountains right in here and they squeeze it out. And I think the heaviest areas of moisture could be some of our heaviest reports there in the southwestern portions of Taiwan into the mountains as we look ahead throughout the day here on Sunday and heading over towards Monday. So please check our Facebook page on the website. We're going to keep you updated on any significant accumulations coming on shore here. So storm system making landfall there south of Chizhou on Sunday night into Monday morning. Then we're going to look ahead. It's going to be rapidly weakening after it moves on shore, getting wrapped up with that high vertical wind shear, as I mentioned, and then basically streaming off there towards the northeast. And that's where the storm system ends as far as a named storm. But we can take a look. It's still going to be coming off here towards the east and actually becoming quite strong, as I mentioned earlier, as it starts to enter basically the East China Sea, pushing over there towards Kyushu, the southern Japanese islands by Tuesday and the Wednesday. Some pretty gusty winds across Kyushu. It is going to be nasty out here for you as we look ahead into the mid part of next week. We're looking at some fairly gale force winds and plus heavy rainfall. So that's something we want to watch out for. Tokyo, most of it should stay towards the south, but want to keep an eye on it. Maybe by mid to next week we could have a passing shower. But this is going to be a pretty intense storm once it gets wrapped up with the jet stream. But for now, Sunday and the Monday, it is Tropical Storm Hagibis. It is going to continue to come on shore. Guangdong province, southeastern China, some pretty rough weather out of that. Still northwestern portions of Luzon, some gale force winds, heavy rainfall, scattered afternoon thunderstorms expected out here for you. All right, everybody, that was a big long update. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, could you please post them down there into the comment box below? I always appreciate your feedback. Just remember, this storm system is going to be entering that vertical wind shear, so we're going to watch it deteriorate over the next several days, but then regain its strength as an extra tropical storm. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. All right.